Hey everyone, welcome back for another deep dive. Today we're going to be looking at the PayPal outage that happened just a few hours ago.
Okay.
We've got a ton of sources here. We've got breaking news from places like BBC and Reuters, financial reports,
Right.
tech analysis, and even some interesting connections to other companies that have been making headlines.
Yep.
So we're going to try to figure out
Okay.
why this outage matters so much and kind of what it says about
Okay.
the digital world that we live in.
I think what's so interesting about this is that this thing that just seems like a tech hiccup can send these shockwaves through the entire economy.
Yeah.
We were talking about a company with 432 million active users.
Right.
Suddenly, they can't do the simplest transactions.
Yeah.
Think about all the businesses that depend on PayPal for their day-to-day.
Yeah.
Think about all the individuals who are trying to send or receive money.
Right.
Even the effects on cryptocurrency markets.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
wild.
a fascinating case study.
Yeah.
And how interconnected everything is.
So let's start by breaking down what happened.
Okay.
Both BBC and Reuters are reporting that PayPal confirmed this global system issue.
Right.
And it started at 10:53 UTC on Thursday, November 21st.
Right.
And it wasn't just like a small glitch.
Right.
It affected a lot of their services, from simple account withdrawals
Yeah.
to Venmo
Yeah.
and even cryptocurrency transactions.
Wow.
And you can't really talk about this without acknowledging the timing.
Right.
Bitcoin was surging past $98,000 on the same day.
Wow.
Can you imagine being someone
Oh my gosh.
who's into crypto
Yeah.
and you're already kind of on edge from the volatility and then suddenly you can't even access your funds?
Talk about stressful.
Yeah. So this outage lasted almost 2 hours,
Wow.
which in internet time is like a lifetime.
Right. It's like a geological era.
Yeah, exactly. Thousands of users were reporting problems. Screenshots of the error messages were all over X, formerly Twitter.
Right.
Down Detector had nearly 9,000 problem reports.
Wow.
It was like a digital traffic jam
Yeah.
with everybody trying to get out the same exit.
That's a good analogy.
So yeah, it was a major event.
So this really kind of shows just how reliant we are on these systems.
Right.
I mean, we're so used to just the convenience of instant everything
Right.
that we never stop to think,
Yeah.
what if it just doesn't work?
Right.
And it wasn't just individual users who were affected.
Right.
Even major companies in the crypto world,
Yeah.
like Coinbase and Kraken, they reported issues
Wow.
related to PayPal transactions. So
That's crazy.
this one single outage
Yeah.
had these domino effects across so many different sectors.
Yeah, it's wild. And while all of this was going down,
Yeah.
there was this other story that was unfolding
Okay.
that I think might be connected in some surprising ways.
Okay.
Remember Elf Beauty, the cosmetics company?
Yeah.
Well, they got hit by a short seller report from this company called Muddy Waters,
Okay.
accusing them of some
Crap.
pretty serious stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
Yeah. So for those who don't know,
Yeah.
short selling is basically betting against a company's stock.
Right.
And Muddy Waters are kind of known for being aggressive.
Okay.
And they said that Elf overstated their revenue by like $190 million over the past 3 years.
Oh, wow.
And they're saying that Elf inflated their inventory numbers to try to like hide lagging sales. And so this all came out on the same day as the PayPal outage.
Oh, wow.
Which just adds this other layer of intrigue to it.
Interesting.
Now, despite all of this, Elf has been doing pretty well.
Yeah, they have. They've been outpacing Estee Lauder and L'Oreal.
Yeah.
Kind of crazy.
Yeah, but these allegations sent their share price tumbling.
Yeah.
So you can imagine investors are...
A little nervous. Understandably so.
Yeah, so Elf is saying these claims are without merit.
Right.
They said that they had filed a confidentiality request with U.S. Customs and Border Protection earlier this year.
Okay.
And that this affected the visibility of their data after February 6th.
Okay.
So it's kind of this he said, she said, and it's all happening.
It is. And against this backdrop of this digital disruption.
Right.
So it makes you think.
Yeah. So here's where it gets interesting to me.
Yeah.
Could the PayPal outage have actually had a real impact
Right.
on a company like Elf?
Interesting.
Which relies on online transactions.
Yeah.
I mean, if their customers couldn't buy their stuff.
Right. They couldn't complete the purchases.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That could explain some of these discrepancies that Muddy Waters is talking about.
That's a really good question.
Yeah.
And one that deserves a little further investigation.
Yeah.
We need more data to draw any conclusions. But it definitely raises some interesting possibilities.
Yeah.
Like, what if the PayPal outage gave Muddy Waters more ammo for their attack?
Yeah, exactly.
It shows how everything's so interconnected in our digital economy.
It's like this domino effect.
Yeah.
One thing
It is.
triggers all these consequences.
Absolutely.
And that brings us to another point, which is this vulnerability of digital infrastructure itself.
This is a big wake-up call.
Yeah.
I mean, this outage was a huge reminder that even the best systems can fail.
Yeah.
And those failures can have massive consequences.
Yeah. And we've built so much of our lives on these digital platforms.
Everything from
banking to shopping to
communication, entertainment.
Yeah, entertainment, without really understanding the risks.
Yeah. It's kind of like building a house on a foundation of sand.
Oh, yeah.
It might look good from the outside.
Yeah.
But one little tremor.
Right.
And the whole thing crumbles.
And we just don't know when that tremor is going to happen.
Right.
I think that's a good place to kind of pause for now.
Okay.
We've looked at this PayPal outage.
Yeah.
And its connection to all these other things. And we've started to talk about what this means for the bigger picture.
The implications are huge.
Yeah.
And we're just getting started.
Yeah, we've got a lot more to unpack.
We do, so stay tuned. As we go even deeper.
Yeah. You know, it's like we're seeing this real-time snapshot of the global economy kind of in this weird transition.
Yeah.
You've got these massive companies like ExxonMobil that are associated with, you know, fossil fuels.
Yeah.
But now they're trying to do the sustainability thing.
Yeah.
At the same time, they're facing all these legal battles over their past actions.
Right.
It's like they're trying to walk this tightrope.
It is.
Between like the old and the new.
It's a fascinating paradox.
Yeah.
This whole like clinging to what we know.
Right.
But we got to embrace the new stuff. And it's happening all over.
Yeah.
Like Deere & Co.
Yeah.
The tractor company.
Yeah, the agricultural equipment company.
Yeah, they're facing lower profits.
Right.
Because farmers aren't spending money.
Right.
Because of all this economic uncertainty.
Right.
So it's like these global markets impacting individual farmers and their decisions.
It's crazy.
It is.
But then on the other hand, you've got Nokia, this telecom giant, making this huge deal with Airtel to like build out 4G and 5G in India.
Yeah, that's a huge win for them.
Yeah.
Signals that there's still this big demand for digital infrastructure.
Especially in those emerging markets.
Absolutely.
So it's like some places are really thriving in this digital world. And other places are kind of
struggling to adapt.
It's happening so fast.
It is. I mean, look at digital banks in Brazil.
Yeah.
Like Nubank and Banco Inter.
Yeah, C6 Bank.
C6 Bank. They're all experiencing this crazy growth.
That's wow.
While the traditional banks are like
trying to catch up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's clear that people want digital banking.
Yeah.
They like it.
It's just so much easier.
It's convenient.
Yeah.
It's easy to access.
So it's like we're watching the financial world change in real time.
Evolve.
Yeah.
Right in front of us.
Yeah. And it makes you think about what this means for us regular people.
Right.
You know?
We're all just trying to figure this out.
Yeah. It's like this constant flow of information.
Yeah. How do we manage it all?
How do we even stay afloat?
Exactly.
With all this stuff changing all the time.
And that brings us back to this PayPal outage.
Yeah.
And what it says about you and me.
Yeah.
And like our vulnerabilities in this digital world.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it.
How many of us use PayPal every day?
Yeah.
For everything.
Sending money.
Paying bills.
Yeah. Managing investments. We don't even think about it.
We don't.
Until it doesn't work.
It's like we just expect it to be there.
It's become so ingrained in a routine.
Imagine being locked out of your account for hours.
Yeah.
And you can't get your money.
I can't pay my bills.
Yeah, you can't do anything.
I can't send money to my friend.
Yeah, it's like...
Scary.
It's scary. It's a good reminder that all this convenience comes at a price.
It does.
And we're putting a lot of trust in these companies.
In these platforms.
That they not really control.
It's like we're building our house on somebody else's land.
That's a good way to put it.
You might have this amazing house.
Right.
But if the owner decides to sell...
Yeah, you're out of luck. You're kind of at their mercy.
Yeah.
It's a little unsettling.
It is.
When you think about it like that.
It makes you want to just like...
go off the grid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Live in a yurt.
Yeah. But before we all do that, let's talk about what we can do
Okay.
to like mitigate these risks.
Yeah, there's got to be some steps.
Yeah, what can we do as individuals?
Okay.
And what can we do as a society to make these systems better?
Yeah.
More resilient.
More secure.
Protect ourselves.
Absolutely. Well, first of all, we have to be informed.
Right.
We have to be proactive.
Okay.
We need to understand these systems that we're using.
Yeah.
We need to know where they can fail.
Right.
And we need to have backup plans.
So like reading the fine print?
Yeah, the terms of service.
Yeah.
The privacy policy.
Understanding the consequences that using these platforms. So it's like we can't just be passive users.
Right. We can't just trust that everything's going to be perfect.
Yeah, we got to be smart about it.
We got to be savvy digital consumers.
Yeah, exactly.
We have to
stay informed.
We have to diversify.
Okay.
Don't put all your eggs in one basket.
Right.
Explore other options.
Have backup.
Yeah. What happens if your main thing goes down?
Right.
Think of it like your investment portfolio.
Yeah.
But for your digital life.
I like that.
Spread the risk.
Yeah.
So you're not stuck.
If one thing fails.
Exactly.
But this is bigger than just us.
It is.
As individuals, right?
Systemic.
We need better rules.
Regulations.
Oversight.
We have to make sure these companies are designing these systems with security in mind.
Yeah.
So they're reliable.
They're transparent.
Yeah.
So we can actually use them.
We can all benefit.
Yeah.
From this convenience.
Without being scared.
Yeah, without sacrificing peace of mind.
It's like we got to upgrade the foundation of our digital house.
From sand to bedrock.
Yeah, bedrock.
We need a stronger digital future.
Yeah, that can handle anything.
It's sustainable.
Yeah, and this is going to take all of us.
It will.
Individuals, companies.
Yeah.
Everyone working together.
To make this digital world
a better place.
More equitable.
Yeah.
More resilient.
I couldn't agree more.
But as we talk about these like practical things, I think there's something else here.
Okay.
We've talked about the economy.
Yeah.
We've talked about logistics.
Right.
But what about the bigger questions?
Yeah, the philosophical stuff.
Yeah, the human element.
It's not just about the technology changing.
It's
like how we live.
And it is how we interact.
Yeah, relationships.
How we understand ourselves.
Right.
This is big.
Yeah, how are we adapting to being connected all the time?
Yeah.
What about privacy?
Yeah.
What about autonomy?
In a world where we're always being tracked.
Yeah, what does this mean for community?
What about trust?
What about real human connection?
Are we becoming more isolated?
More divided?
More reliant on algorithms
Yeah.
than actual relationships?
These are big questions.
And we need to talk about them.
Yeah.
We don't have all the answers.
Right.
But we need to engage with this stuff.
Yeah, we can't just sit back.
We can't just consume.
You let it happen.
We have to shape this.
Yeah, we got to be active participants.
In our digital future.
Yeah, we got to make sure that technology...
It has to serve humanity.
Serves us.
Not the other way around.
Right.
It's about finding a balance.
Yeah.
We have to harness the power.
Right.
Without losing our humanity.
So it makes our lives better.
Right.
It connects us more.
It empowers us.
It makes the world better.
That's what we should be striving for.
Yeah, I think that's a good...
We've just begun to explore these things.
We've just scratched the surface.
But it's clear that this is big.
It's raising huge questions.
About our relationship with technology.
Yeah.
And the future we're building.
And it's a conversation we all need to be a part of.
Absolutely.
All right, so we're wrapping up this deep dive, but before we go, I think it'd be good to just kind of recap.
Yeah.
Like, what have we learned?
Big takeaways.
Yeah, big takeaways.
Okay, so first, the PayPal outage.
Yeah.
It was more than just a glitch.
Right.
This was like a wake-up call.
Yeah.
Showing us that this stuff we rely on can break.
And when it breaks...
bad things happen.
Yeah, there are consequences.
Consequences.
We saw how everything is connected.
We did. It's crazy.
Bitcoin, short seller attacks, sustainability initiatives.
Yeah.
Digital banks.
That's all tied together.
It's all tied together.
By this digital thread.
Yeah, and the thing that really stuck with me is like the human side of all this.
This digital revolution.
Yeah.
It's changing everything.
How are we adapting to being connected all the time?
Right. What about our privacy?
What about our values?
Yeah. Are we losing ourselves?
Yeah, it's easy to get caught up in the excitement of new technology.
Yeah, it's shiny and new.
It makes things so easy.
Yeah, but we can't forget the big picture.
Right. What are the trade-offs?
Or risks.
Are we making the right choices?
Are we?
So as we leave you today, we want to leave you with one final thought.
Okay.
Our lives are so intertwined with these digital systems now.
They are.
How do we make sure they don't break?
How do we protect ourselves?
How do we make sure that technology serves us?
And not the other way around.
It's a big challenge.
It is.
But it's one that we have to face.
We have to figure it out.
Keep exploring.
Keep asking questions.
Keep pushing for a better future.
It's not just about the tech.
It's about us.
Our value.
The world we want to live in.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah. Thanks for listening.
We'll see you next time.